We are playing as Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, or RT,
as I like to call him.
Oh my god, these cookies are like... Ugh. They break into pieces. They're like shale outcrops. It's not good. Okay. Oh, 100%. Archaeology was grave robbing. We're just... What sets us apart from actual grave robbers? We went to school for it. We have a degree. We belong to a society. Wilkins. What were we doing again? I don't remember. Leave our officers alone, Sir Arthur. We've misplaced a very important report. We need to find it before dawn. But what were we doing? So, I'll notify Rupert. I don't know who that is. Of the imperialistic society. It's true. It's true. All in the name of the greater good. Oh, the distinctive custodian helmets. It's been more than 40 years since they replaced those horrors better suited to the army than the modern metropolitan police force. Oh. So, what am I doing? Where am I going? Am I going back to Dorset Street? Ah, Rupert. Sir. Would you be so kind as to accompany me to the police station? Me? Why? I ain't done nothing. I know, and you need not worry. You just have to come with me and pick out the one-armed man from a lineup. That's simple. Pick him out. I don't want trouble, sir. You can rest assured he will not be able to see you. You sure about that? Famous last words. I give you my word, as a gentleman and a lady. Lineups protect witness. Protect the witness. I, however, have attended a few. So trust me when I say your anonymity will be preserved. You seem like someone who knows what he's talking about. Or hell, at least acts like he knows what he's talking about. That's confidence in your lies. What do you say? It'll only take a few minutes of your time. If not for me, do it for the professor. Well, what the heck? I'll do it for the professor. Shall we? That man's gonna die. Oh my god, this is gonna be that cold opening to Brooklyn Nine-Nine. That's the guy. That's the guy who killed my brother. I am fascinated by this room. It's nothing like the last one I was in for a lineup. Oh my god, right, the murder. Do you like it? The glass separating us from the suspects is special. As you can observe, both you and I can see clearly what's on the other side. They'll only see their own reflection. And I suppose those vents up there allow communication with the room on the other side so they can hear you. Exactly. If I raise my voice, I can give orders to the suspects. Fascinating. It costs a pretty penny to install these spaces in all police stations, but with this method, witness safety doubles. That's what matters. Did you hear that, Mr. Rupert? You have nothing to fear. You can come here without any problem. Look at his little top hat. That seems safe. Valerie, line him up. You heard the sergeant, gentlemen? Form a line and stop in the center of the room. Can you see the opening line into the back street, boys? I want it that way. Really? Sure, I guess. You are. Now stand proud. Not even the Royal Guard marches as well as you do. My fire. Look straight ahead and await the sergeant's instructions, please. Go on. What kind of shit is this? What's the matter? You're asking me what's the matter? There's a patty man there. The first one, the bald one. Why isn't he behind bars? We have no evidence that this gentleman has committed a crime. He's a patty man. He belongs to a gang of extortionists and murderers. Isn't that crime enough? Sir, we're here so you can identify the person you saw last night. Poppycock. The rumors are true. The police turn a blind eye to these Irish pigs. This institution stinks. You're a corrupt lot. Rupert, I don't think this is the time. Sir, watch your mouth when speaking to this immaculate institution. Do you want to be detained for contempt? Is that what you want? Bah! Let's get this over with. Yeah, number one, can you sing the opening intro to Backstreet Boys, I Want It That Way? I've been given a note with a phrase written on it. I'll call you by the number you've been assigned. Wait till you hear it and read the note. Do not attempt to fake your voice. Do not try to deceive us. No. Got it? Let's begin. Number one, you are my fire. No. You're number 5. Number 1 is the person on the other end. I've been assigned number 4, sir. Mallory, what the hell have you done? It doesn't matter. You'll be number 1 from now on. The one to your left will be number 2, and so on. Is that clear? Let's start again. Number 1. Say your line. You are my fire. Right. Number 2. The one desire. It's like the best cold open I've ever had the experience of watching. Number 3. Are you deaf? Sorry, Sergeant. I can't read. Did you hear the phrase your colleague said? Yes. Just repeat it. I feel sorry for that man. Okay. You haven't seen anything. Understood. Very well. Thank you. Number 4. Boy, you scumbag. Not a word about what happened here. Understood? What? You can't read it either and you're just making up what's on the note? I just wanted to add more drop. This is like the cold opening of Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Who wrote this? This line isn't believable. Do you see, Sir Arthur? We have an aspiring writer among us. Oh my god, I forgot about that. Tell me why. Right, be careful. He might give you a run for your money. Oh god, I got chills. Number 4. Number 4 was the man who killed my sister. By all that's holy, Mallory. Where did you find this guy? From the theater, Sergeant. He's an actor. We're in a lineup, not an audition. Please, just read the line as written. You haven't seen anything. Understood. Is this okay? That's fine. Thank you very much. Number 5. You haven't seen anything. Understood. Mr. Rupert, which of these people spoke to you last night? Number 2. Number 2. Are you sure? Absolutely. I don't watch a lot of Brooklyn Nine-Nine, but I do remember, I think, seeing that in like that cold open, and I was like, oh my god. I thought we were going to turn over a new leaf. I don't know what this is all about, Sergeant. But I promise you I haven't done anything wrong. I'm an honest person now. I even have a decent job. I'm a coachman. A coachman, huh? And how do you drive with only one hand? Very carefully. Are you sure it's Clive? I give you my word, sir. All right, gentlemen, show's over. Ooh, I got chills. Please exit on the left. Everyone except number 2. And thank you very much for your cooperation. Come along, gentlemen. You heard the sergeant. Well, Clive, I'm disappointed in you. I would like to speak to the suspect, Sergeant. Go ahead. Isn't that illegal? We're done here, Mr. Rupert. You can go. Thank you very much for your cooperation. Do you pay anything? What? For doing this? Of course not. Is it not enough for you to contribute to justice? No. Good night. Oh my god. Clive, isn't it? Have I gotten into trouble, sir? Maybe. I don't know. You should know. Were you on Dorset Street last night? Indeed, I was there last night. I picked up a gentleman at number 14. A certain Ward. He said he was a professor. You didn't know him previously? No, sir. It was the first time I saw him. And where'd you take him? To the Blackstone Asylum, sir. Half an hour earlier, a gentleman gave me a note with Mr. Ford's address and the destination he'd be taken to. Would you recognize that person? No, sir. It was very dark, and he hardly spoke to me. He just gave me the note with the exact fare. Did you speak with Professor Ward, or just drive him? Oh yes, on the way to the carriage, we had a very strange conversation. According to him, he received a letter detailing certain supernatural events had occurred at a cell at the asylum. Apparently, he was a ghost hunter, and his services were required. He was as excited as a child on Christmas. Why did you tell the beggar not to speak about anything he saw? Oh, the note I was given indicated that under no circumstance could anyone know that the professor was heading to Blackstone. I see. Continue. Upon arriving at the asylum, a terrible thing happened. As soon as we got off the carriage, 2 orderlies were waiting for him, along with someone who seemed to be the director of the facility. I'm getting, visions of Ghostbusters when they go into the hotel for the first time. The orderlies grabbed him by the arms and dragged him away screaming. Oh, never mind. He was insane. I should have suspected it from those ghost stories he told me. Good heavens! Professor Ward is not insane. He's the foremost authority on all metaphysics in all of London. I don't know what that is. Apparently neither do the people in charge of the center. They dragged him away. Have you heard the account of the event, Sergeant? By God, yes. We must do something about this misunderstanding. I'll wait for the boys to come back, and I'll accompany them to Blackstone myself. Wait, this can't be delayed. I told you before, all my officers are busy. I'd go myself, but the chief has just left, and I can't leave the station in Mallory's hands. Clearly, he can't number orderlies. Let's wait a couple of hours. All right. May I go on ahead? I'll wait for you at the asylum gate. All right, Artie. But don't do anything stupid. Just wait there until we arrive. No. I appreciate all your inquiries, but the time for playing detective is over. Let's leave this matter to the professionals, okay? Completely agree. Which is not Mallory. That looks very asylum-like, isn't it? I heard chilling tales of the inhumane treatment of patients. Trepanning, electroshock therapy, and cold water baths to alleviate their illness. I don't want to talk about cold water. I still don't have hot water to alleviate their illnesses. Entering Blackstone was like stepping back a century. True. A place that should no longer exist in this modern world. You want to know what's really sad is that's depending on certain locked. Who goes there? Let's hold on to this for a second. Who are you? What do you want? I've come to visit a patient. The institution doesn't allow visitors, sir. And even if it did, this wouldn't be the time for it. There seems to be a misunderstanding with one of the patients. The asylum is closed, sir. If you have an issue, contact the administration. But you see, I'd advise you to leave. The storm is getting worse, and you wouldn't want to be in such a remote place. Good night. Curse it. It's weird. So there's, especially in and around mental health and stuff like that, right? It's 1907, sure. Asylums like this existed for many decades after, especially when it kind of came to how to deal with mental illness. The best part I can give is, or one of the really sad examples is actually one of the Kennedy siblings. I think it was, I want to say her name is Rosemary, but she was difficult, quote unquote. And because her father was such a prominent figure in politics, the family obviously is political. They decided to control her outbursts by taking her to a place that performed a lobotomy on her and botched it, obviously. And they ended up hiding her away for the rest of her life, which was devastating. Its mental health practices were still very foreign. The field of mental health, it's still obviously evolving even to this day, right? But back 1907, the 30s, the 40s, like people didn't know how to deal with this kind of thing, right? Like there was not a concept to understand. It's like, you got an unruly child? Oh, we can fix that. And they just cut out a part of your brain. But, you know, and like, what are they going to do? Oh, this has lemonade in it. I said no lemonade. Ugh. All right, bushes. There's something in the bushes. I don't know what that is. What is that? A tattered umbrella. A vine. Looks sturdy. I could climb to get inside. Oi, you. What are you up to? Don't try anything crazy. I'll be watching you. I won't be trying. The Noble Institution was inaugurated by Her Majesty Queen Victoria on the 6th of October, 1865. Is that the same thing? No unannounced visits allowed. I did unannounce myself. Yeah, it's interesting. Like, as things progressed more into what would be considered like the 20th century, these places were quite literally trapped in a different era. Oh, our money is always going to spend. Like, and that's what it was. Like, when you look at the history, even some of the places in the States, like, they're built like these grand, massive, like, I don't even want to, like, how do I describe them? Like, massive buildings that can house, like, so many people, right? And then these things obviously take money to maintain, a lot of money, whether it's coming from, like, state funding, government funding, like, something like that. As the funds decline, things will inevitably fall into disrepair. So there'll be fewer staff. And maybe they're going to be taking on more patients, which means patient mistreatment, patient overcrowding, disease, sickness, right? And that's just it, right? Like, it has the potential, but it's not run correctly. And that was the massive thing. And then as things started moving, like, more into, and this was like, when you say 1865, like, this would have been revolutionary, right? They would have treated, like, some of them may have treated hysterical women, hysteria. Some of them would treat tuberculosis patients, right? Because, like, you get fucked up from that. So they would also kind of double as, like, sick houses for people that were inevitably going to be, like, sick forever, essentially, right? But as you move into the 20th century, the funds decline, overcrowding happens, staff just stop caring. There's just going to be a state of neglect. And there was a documentary, and I can't remember where I watched it, but it was actually on an asylum in the United States. I want to say it was like in the 60s or the 70s. And there was a news crew that went undercover and into this facility and saw just the horrific shit that was going on there. And that just kind of, like, blew open the whole thing. And I want to say it was in the 70s. Like, it wasn't that far in the past. I can't remember what it was called. I can't remember it was truly fascinating. I think it was actually like a class action lawsuit against who was running it, because sometimes the church would run it, right? Sometimes the government or the state would run it. It just depended. And then sometimes, as, like, you know, asylums kind of started going out of trend, they'd actually be turned into, like, prisons as well. Kind of like how overcrowding in prisons would happen. Well, they would send, like, kind of the low risk offenders to these types of places as well. It's wild. Oh, this tastes like shit. Okay, more vines. I've got a giant wall, but I don't think the vine would hold my weight. Okay, so we need to get over onto that one. Also, the guard house is right behind it. You're right. So don't leave. So leave if you don't want trouble. To the wall. What the hell are those on there? Glass shards? That's to prevent people from escaping. Intruders like me. Or, that's fair. Ryder's life is very sedentary, but that's what thinking out loud gets you. It's true. But I think I'm physically fit enough to climb the wall and access the compound. I'm just concerned about those glass shards. I could get hurt. I also need some kind of ledge or crevice to support my footing while I climb. I'm afraid I will remain on the ground otherwise. So what does this do then? A rusty old umbrella. The fabric is holey, making it impossible to use for its intended purpose. Okay. Oh, sorry. So that's what I need. So if can I do something here? Do not try that. But how did you see me? Hello. Step away from the gate, please. This guy's got eyes everywhere. Security cameras haven't been invented yet. This guy, get him everywhere. Don't you even be thinking about it. If this were one of my ideas, I'd dismiss that idea as absurd. I don't know. There's nothing else in the bushes. I don't know what you want from me, game. I don't know what you want from me. You want me to, like, use it here? I can't even, like, pop it open, unfortunately. That guy needs to be on the fucking police force, man. What did it say, sorry? I could hook the umbrella onto the ivy, but it would not support my weight. Okay, so is there anything else? There's nothing else here. What we need to do is somehow, like, distract the guard or something. That, like, we need to do that. We need to take this and we need to do that here. Right? Don't do that. But, like, I have 3 hungry dogs running around the facility. You should leave for your own good. Okay, so... I can't leave. There's nothing in the bushes. No unannounced visitors. Can't get in. He sees my shit. Is there another spot on this wall? Potentially. I feel like it has to be right here. Excellent. Seems to have moved a little bit. Shouldn't be difficult to remove. I couldn't remove it completely, but I think it will make a good foothold to support me in climbing the wall without difficulty. Do I still need to use this? Okay, hang on. Let me just put that away for a second. The brick is large enough to... Okay, but no? Do you want this phone? I can't... Hey, didn't you hear me before? Be careful. Can't climb it. Can't do anything with that. Sir, what do you want from me? What do you want from me, sir? Be careful and try not to cut your hand? I don't know. Oh. I gotta drink this. But it's disgusting. Is there anything else? Do we see any other brick out of place anywhere? I don't know how you want me to get rid of it, though. Do I have anything? I have like nothing else on me. So, is there like there's nothing a main entrance? There's nothing else here. I know what you're thinking. Forget it. I'm not actually thinking anything, to be honest. What do I do? What do I do? What do you need? What do you want? That makes no sense. Well, none of this makes sense, man. You're afraid to climb up because you might cut your hand. It looks like it's pretty evenly spaced. I think you can figure it out. I've got no ideas on what to do. Everything just like 4 sturdy nails. How do you take them off? I don't know. We came with nothing. I mean, you could like use the handle to hook around them or something. I don't know. Do you want some advice? Don't do that. Brother. You want to settle this with our fists? Yes, actually, I do. I could probably take you. Sometimes I feel like this shit's not intuitive. And I'm wandering around until I'm like, now what? Like, if I can't take, like, all I can do is inspect it. I can't take it apart. I can't use it on me. Like, I can't do anything with it. Ugh, so fucking. How can it be syrupy, sweet, and bitter at the same time? It is. It is. But still large enough for me to support my foot on it and climb the wall without a problem. But we don't do it. We won't do it. I don't know why. Won't move anymore. Like, I'm not sure why we're not climbing. It's the shards. We won't climb because the shards are concerning. I don't know how to get rid of the shards. We can't use the wall. This is what we're working with here. There's nothing down here. Like, there's nothing at all. I can't go this way. I can only go backwards. Yeah, and then this happens. Damned idiot. Do you want me to set the dogs on you? Yes. Release the hounds. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I got nothing. Everything I try, nothing is like... I can't leave. I can't leave. There's like nothing in the puddles. There's nothing down here. Still here? Go away. Jock Neptune Prince. Get ready to attack. All right, all right. Tell your dog. Tell your dogs everything's fine here. Oh, let's went back to the main entrance. Like, if there's a way to break it apart, I don't know about it. Like, I can't, like, right-click anything. I can only do that. Like, there's nothing else I can do. I can only look at it. If I wanted to try to, like, take it apart, I can't do that. And then to do that, the umbrella won't help me get rid of those glass shards. I cannot reach them with it anyway. I can't, like, I can't do anything with this. See, like, nothing I do. There's, like, nothing here. I'm so fucking tired of being cold. Tired of fucking being cold. God, it's fucking air conditioning. Like, I'm not sure if I can pull this apart. I don't know how. I can't right click on it. I can only left click. I can only use that. Just get my I'm just angry. I don't fucking have hot water. We are on day number 5 without hot water, and I'm just very angry. Like, oh, we'll just have a nice warm shower before you go to bed. Fuck, I will. Like, I can't do that. I can't do anything with these. This, like, makes it seem like it can come off, but it doesn't. There's nothing in the bushes. I can't leave. I don't know what, I can't do anything with that. He comes back out. He's upset that I'm still here. I don't know what. Like, I feel like there's like some way or something. Yeah, I think he comes over here. Still here? Why don't you leave? Is it just me, or is sometimes that shit not like super intuitive? I need to see a patient. It's urgent. See that plaque on your right? Yes. Approach it and read it. Yes, I have read it before. What does it say? No unannounced visits allowed. Exactly. No exceptions will be made for you. Now, can I arrange a visit? Write a letter to the director of the facility, or wait until tomorrow morning and request an appointment with him. When will the director be able to see me? A week, I suppose. 3 days if it's urgent. But there's a person inside who shouldn't be confined. That's what all the patients think. But of course, they're mad. Are you too? Are you aware of Professor Nelson Ward's admission? Professor? I have no record of any professor being admitted, but we have 3 Napoleons, 5 Neros, and 4 Jesuses. Did you know I'm waiting for the police? They will handle the matter that has brought me here. That's fine with me, sir. When the authorities arrive, I'll gladly open the store for them. But not for you. I don't know who you are. You checked the guide for that. Like, it just seemed like it enlightened me. Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. Does that name ring a bell? No, to be honest. Sherlock Holmes? Are you telling me you're Sherlock Holmes? Hell no. I write the adventures of Sherlock Holmes. Does the name Oliver Twist ring a bell? Of course. I could say I'm Charles Dickens. However, in keeping with this absurdity, I'll say I'm Oliver Twist himself. Let me enter the asylum. I am a doctor. I thought you said you were a writer. I am also a doctor. I studied medicine at the University of Edinburgh. Served as a ship's doctor and studied oh my god, words. After that, I opened a private practice in London before focusing on writing. So I have the authority to enter this asylum. You know what? I was a sailor on a schooner. That doesn't give me the right to demand entry to the SS Subic. Anyway, this isn't a public hospital. The rules here are stricter. Respect them. Let me not catch pneumonia. I think I can fix that. Finally! I never thought you'd come to your senses. Here. Use this to protect yourself from the rain and go back the way you came. What did he give me? A moth-eaten blanket. Well, that was nice of him. Can I use that blanket? Let's try. Good aim, Martha. The blanket should protect me from the glass shards. All right. Well, let's go. Literally, that would be me. All right, let's do it. How do I do it? I don't know. Jesus Christ! Who are you? You cannot be here. Figuring out how to access the asylum lobby has cost me a great deal of back pain and an insipid cold. There was no way the nurse was going to let me visit the professor, and I didn't want to go through the ordeal of sneaking into the cells again. So I employed a weapon that Britons of my social standing knew very well. Arrogance. What's this is about me not being able to be here, my good woman. And what do you mean, who am I? I'm Dr. Jekyll. Dr. Moreau. Oh, Vera, pick your favorite. Which one do you like? I feel like Dr. Moreau would be good. I'm Dr. Stewart. Did you read Moreau? And done. Dr. Moreau? Damn it. If you refer to me as if you don't know me. I've never seen you around here, Dr. Moreau. That you've never. Well, I understand that you may never have noticed my presence in Blackstone. You were just a simple nurse. I am the head nurse, doctor. Details. I am here because a very serious mistake has been made. One of the patients must be discharged immediately. So tell me which cell Professor Nelson Ward is located, and I will apologize to him for this institution's incompetence. Never got a first name in the book? Oh, I changed my mind. Call the warden and tell him to bring Professor Ward before me. I'll wait for him here. Come on. Why are you standing there? Move. Excuse me, Dr. Moreau, but I have not been informed about this matter. You should know that nothing happens in Blackstone without Director Edwards' approval. So unfortunately, I cannot help you. In any case, if the guard let you through, your credentials must be correct. Feel free to access any part of the facility. However, regarding this alleged error with one of the patients, I have to wait for confirmation from the director. Where is the director? I will speak with him, and this matter will be resolved in minutes. By the way, tell me your name, and I will record what little help I have received from you. I am his right hand, and the director is not at Blackstone right now. His right hand, eh? I know when I am facing defeat, and I realize that Mrs. Hunt was not going to give in. I could have waited for Sergeant Collins to show up, but by now he should have already arrived with the cavalry. There was an innocent man being held at Blackstone, and I didn't want him to spend another minute in one of those cells. Therefore, I had to rely on my wits once again to free him. Thank you for your time, Mrs. Hunt. Go, sis. She goes back to filing her nails. Mr. Bentley, how are you doing, sir? Yes. Do you always sweep the same area? Well, you're very patient. Do you know which cell I can find him in? Ask the old hag about that. Who's the old hag? Who do you think? Mrs. Hunt. Carry on with your work. Don't take another step. There are spiders. Where? In the crack. Big ones. Are you actually a caretaker, or are you playing as one, Mr. Bentley? Why don't you get rid of the spiders? I'll do that when I finish cleaning the lobby. Pour a sack of sulfur into the crack. That'll kill them. Then I'll fill the crack with cement in any case of those hairy beasts survived. In case any of those hairy beasts survived and want to escape. The last step will be to hang that picture, and those damn spiders will be forgotten. Do you always keep sweeping in the same area? There's more lobby to sweep. Are you saying the lobby is dirty? The truth is, everything looks very clean. I'm glad it's noticeable. I congratulate you on keeping this place so clean. Oh, well. That's because Lady Ainsworth is coming to visit her daughter tomorrow. She was locked up in Blackstone for eating her music teacher, you know. Usually there's so much dust in here that if a draft blew in, this place would look like downtown London on a foggy day. See those roses? Normally they're dirty, withered, full of worms. Lady Ainsworth's daughter ate her music teacher? I shouldn't say this, but in the end, it's what the rich will do to all of us if we don't take action. True. Eat the rich. But did she really eat her music teacher? Literally? Did Lady Ainsworth's daughter practice cannibalism? I'm not lying. She attended her classes with genuine interest and enthusiasm. One day, when the poor wretch was playing Sonata for Piano No. 1 in F minor, Camilla Ainsworth hit him on the head and killed him. Quote, "You've missed 3 notes, and you call yourself a teacher?" The maids heard her scream. Then she cut off his hands with a 12th century sword hanging on the wall and dismembered him. She made a stew with his liver, heart, and those hands that missed the notes. She served the dish with a fine wine. While eating, the maids heard her humming Beethoven's sonata. A tremendous story. I didn't know it. In fact, I don't recall reading it in the newspapers. Lady Ainsworth wields a lot of power. She silenced the newspaper editors with her checkbook. She even managed to spare her daughter from execution when the crime was discovered, although even she couldn't prevent her from being admitted to Blackstone. I gather Lady Ainsworth is someone important. She's been the main benefactor of Blackstone since her daughter was admitted here. She usually donates large sums to the institution. Director Edwards always wants her to have a good impression of the center. Every time she comes, I have to clean the entire lobby, floors, columns, picture frames. Everything has to be impeccable. May I carry on with your work, sir? That's another one I never got a chance to read, was Jekyll and Hyde. And Frankenstein, like, I read, I think, while I was in high school, and that was a long time ago. Always. Flower pot. Scent of roses is intoxicating. However, it fails to mask the smell of despair in this place. Bust. According to the plaque, this is the director of the asylum, Nathaniel Edwards. The bronze shines splendidly. They must have recently polished it. Guillaume de Enel, one of the pioneers in the study of the mind. Most of his theories have been refuted, if not deemed outright erroneous. I don't know why his portrait hangs prominently in this lobby. Always. Blackstone is a maze of rooms and corridors. I should know which cell the professor is in before venturing to these doors. Missions, according to this document, Professor Ward is in cell number 31 in the third hallway of the West Wing. I'll take it. Wow. I accidentally spilled ink onto the documents. For goodness sake, Dr. Moreau. What have you done? Let me fix it. No, just stay away from there, please. You read it on your commute? Yeah, so you read it at a pass. That's the same with Dracula. Oh, I bet Dracula's a great story. Thanks. I see the ink-stained paper that Mrs. Hunt threw in there. Always. Let's go back. I was interested to see, I wanted to see Last Voyage of the Demeter, which was that movie, right? Based on that chapter. Tormented Souls? Hurry up, Warden. Open cell 31 and release the patient. A very serious mistake has been made. What? How? What? Who the hell are you? I am Sir Dr. Moreau. I've never seen you around here. Are you new? Yes, I just started tonight. Well, then you should know that these procedures require the consent of head nurse Hunt. And that said, consent must be approved by Director Edwards. Of course. Are you saying I have broken the rules? The order came from Mrs. Hunt. Just following her command. You should know that in such cases, I would receive the order from head nurse Hunt in person. And she's busy right now. Some way you would understand. Hierarchy is strictly followed here, Dr. Moreau. If Director Edwards were to hear of the slightest hint of lawlessness among his subordinates, he would throw us all out on our asses. Anyway, the patients in the hallway are the responsibility of Dr. Hunter. You're not authorized to treat them. You seem a bit lost, Dr. Moreau. But don't worry. You'll gradually learn how Blackstone operates. I seem to enjoy Carmen. Who? George Bizet's opera. The one playing on the gramophone? Ah. I thought you meant the daughter of the guy who brings the supply. Maybe I read too much into that. Lamp, cup, small box. Yeah, the cursed music box. Before the new patient, cell 31 was occupied by a guy who howled every night. It was unbearable. A relative brought that music box that plays Greensleeves because he claimed it calmed him down. Did it? Oh, it certainly did. At the cost of me having to wind up that infernal contraption all night. If I hear Greensleeves again, I swear to God I'll open one of those cells and admit myself to this madhouse. You know what? Take it out of my sight. You'd be doing me a great favor. A favor as big as releasing the patient from cell 31? Not that big. Alright. You know who did a really nice rendition of Greensleeves? Lorena McKenna. This seems to be the master key that opens all the cells. What are you doing? You're not authorized to open any cells. I apologize. Stone layout. I'm in Hall 3 of the West Wing. Keep that away from me, will you? Okay. Do you want this? Keep it to yourself. I don't need it. Do you want this? Greensleeves, right? They said that Henry VIII composed it. Incorrect. He did not. That was allegedly, so the rumor was started that he wrote it for Anne Boleyn, but that has seemingly been disproven. I think it was written, was it slightly earlier or slightly later? You want this? Do you want this? Do you want this? Okay. Mrs. Hunt, how can I assist you, Doctor? Can you tell the warden to open Professor Ward's cell? Please. Let me make the situation clear, Dr. Moreau. You have come about an administrative issue. You claim to have been to Blackstone, although I've never seen you before. Maybe that is true, which is why I have let you move around these premises unsupervised. But don't ask for more than I'm willing to offer. I hope this settles the matter until you meet with Director Edwards. Are we clear? But they made a mistake with Professor Ward. You reckon? Of course. In that case, you should discuss it with Director Edwards. I'll be around. As you wish. Okay. More than half the ink contents are now spelled on this document. The ink has not yet dried. Okay. I'll get soaked with ink. I don't know why I still carry this around. Me either. We wound up a place a tune of green sleeves. It can also serve as a jewelry box, as it has enough space to store a necklace or bracelet inside. Don't touch anything. Huh. I see a poor trembling soul curled up in one of the corners of the cell. I see Professor Ward. Professor! It's Sir Arthur. Come to get you out of here. He doesn't hear me. He seems lost in thought. Closed, obviously. Patient report. 31. Nelson Ward. Extreme obsessive disorder. The patient believes there is a reality inhabited by the deceased surrounds us. His insistence on trying to prove it has driven him to madness. Cries are coming from this room. I see a young woman. Miss? Are you alright? Please, sir, help me. Being held against my will. I'm not crazy. Alright, calm down. Nobody wants to be trapped in a mental institution. But there's nothing wrong with me. I'm healthy. And this place is not what it seems. It's run by depraved people who enjoy torturing the patients. Every day they take me out of the cell to put electrodes on my head and shock me at full power. The warden over there comes at night to stub out a cigarette on my hand. I knew it! This place is rotten. Let me see your hand. I'm a doctor. I'll examine it. Please be gentle. It hurts. What the hell are you doing? Open the fucking door. I'm hungry. I hardly eat anything in here. Jesus. Have you tried human flesh, Doctor? Once you do, nothing else tastes like anything. All I want is to eat well. I'm not crazy. I'm not. Get me out of here. Dr. Moreau. What the hell are you doing? Do you have any idea who's in that cell? Carmilla Ainsworth. The next time you want to talk to her, try not to do anything as crazy as what you just did. Fucking noted. Holy shit, I didn't know she was in there. That's why you read the patient reports first. Yeah, Carmilla the cannibal. Jesus. Should have read that first. Confidential. Good. Leave me alone. I'm safe from them in here. Matthew Lane. Paranoid. He claims that arachnids have become conscious and want to dominate society. When the patient suffers a violent episode, it is very important not to enter the cell, but rather to try to calm the patient from outside. Okay, that's as far as we can go. Let's go back here. I don't know why he thought... I don't know why I thought he was going to stop me. He was near me. I don't want to open the door. I just want to try and get his attention. And even if I could, I wouldn't. Okay, so... What are we doing? What are we doing? We're missing that key piece of information. I don't know if it's going to come from... Okay. I can't do anything with this. It just says... Francis Cavendish. Patient suffers from an uncommon but diagnosed allergy to sunlight, which has led him to believe he is an upyear vampire. Extremely dangerous. Do not open the cell without supervision from Dr. Catherall. Okay. What the hell is that? I just sworn everything was clean. Their size and color, I'd say there's specimens of the Pardosus hyperboreus. I take a sample to have my friends at the Comparative Zoology Museum at Harvard confirm that I'm right, but I'm not going to touch them with my bare hands, let alone let them roam in my pockets. We need to make them come up by sticking the umbrella. I can see and touch them without the problem. Come here, little one. I found you a new home. Do not be afraid. Great. You're doing great. I got you. So, yeah, I don't know what it does. Like, I probably can't do that to him, right? He doesn't want to look at this. Keep that away from, yeah. So I'm wondering. He's doing a great job. It looks great. There's a spider inside. Your pet? Do I have to go back and do this to this poor soul here? He's definitely thinking 7 steps ahead, and I'm just like, wait, Artie, wait for me, please, for the love of God. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't even know why I need the one spooter. Why do I need the one spooter? Oh, hang on. I think I know why I may need the one spooter. Hang on. Green sleeves! No, no, no! It's coming for me! You will not get inside my brain? It's coming closer! Get me out of here for Christ's sake! Help! Dr. Moreau. I'll handle it. I know what to do in this situation. Come in. Nothing wrong, Mr. Lane. Remember Dr. Armitage's words. Let's try to some of the exercises suggested, shall we? God, this is gonna take a while. I'll leave you guys to it. No, I know it's not. I know, I was trying to get you. If he doesn't hear me, I'll try to get him over here. Key. That key. Don't open lock number 32. Keep her. Do not worry, Professor. I'll get you out of here. He doesn't hear me. Oh, right. The key to the door, which makes sense. I do not know how long it will take the warden to calm the patient. Now that I have the professor's cell door open, I think the most sensible thing to do is to return the key to the woman's room. I wanted to risk being... Okay, that's fine. There we go. Professor. Professor? Ah, Auntie. I've been calling you through the door. Couldn't you hear me? I'm sorry, I was mulling over the designs of the box of revelations. I could increase the machine's power, so its range is wider. But for that, I'd need the Scarlet Stone. The Scarlet Stone? I suppose that is what Professor Patrick Moore has gone to fetch in Scotland. What? Did you drag Patrick into this? How could you be so foolish? By the way, what are you doing here? What am I doing here? Rescuing you, damn it. Someone set a trap for you and locked you in the padded cell. Ah. This is Blackstone, and they only lock up the mad here. I'm not mad, but they didn't believe me. So, as you say, someone set me up. Do you have any idea who it might have been? Patrick? No, Patrick wouldn't do that. Let me think. Give me half an hour. Wait a moment. Someone's coming. Don't say anything. They must not see me. What? How strange. I could swear I locked the cell. This poor wretch is so harmless that I guess I didn't even consider him. Take your time, sir. If you need anything, I'll be by the hallway entrance door. Henry! I regret to see you in this situation, Nelson. I could get you out of here, you know. I am friends with the director of this facility. Ahem. What? Hardy? What are you doing here? You know what, Dean Carter? Before you came in, I was thinking of turning all of this into a Sherlock Holmes story. The Strand would have loved it. But you ruined the climax of the investigation for me. You've confessed your guilt without the intervention of the detective. No, I don't know what you're talking about. I suspected that Professor Ward's disappearance had to do with the donation my order made to the university. I had dealt with the professor before and he doesn't fit the profile your university has made for him. Although you already knew that. As you also knew that the money was for the sole and exclusive use of Professor Ward here. Let me tell you the facts and how we all ended up here in Blackstone. Are you accusing me, Artie? I bet you don't have any evidence against me. Thank you for confirming my suspicion with your statement. What? That mention of betting. In our conversation tonight at the university, you couldn't stop dropping phrases worthy of a gambling addict. I'd bet anything. She might have an ace up your sleeve. You also got nervous when I asked if the professor had debts. You took it really personally, as if the question had been directed at you. That made you my prime suspect. I think you have wagered a lot, and quite badly. You have not had much luck lately, have you? That's why when you found out that the significant amount had been bestowed anonymously to the university, you saw it as an opportunity to get your hands on it. But apparently, the professor was quicker than you. Oh, yes, that. A few days ago, he confessed to me that he had debts of several £1,000s because of poker. Henry is the treasurer of my Department of Metaphysic Research, and he appeared very desperate during our conversation. So by withdrawing the money, I thought I might prevent him from committing an act he might regret. Did I do the right thing? Desperation. That was the key. You just said you're friends with the director of Blackstone. Don't drag Edwards into this. I also hope we didn't bet on one round because, he's going to be out for a while. A great friendship that allows you to skip strict visiting hours to gain the approval of the severe Mrs. Hunt and to have a warden open a cell door like a hotel bellhop. You took advantage of that close bond to devise a plan to get Professor Ward into Blackstone. You tricked him to come here under the pretext that a certain metaphysic phenomena were occurring that the professor couldn't resist investigating. Once he arrived at his destination, according to the coachman, the director himself was waiting for him with two wardens. You waited a day for your victim to be immersed in the anguish and pessimism of being locked up in a place like this. And now you've come here to blackmail your friend. Or to sell him his freedom for the money my order donated to this innocent gentleman. Tell me, were you and Director Edwards planning to split 50-50? Or would you have taken a higher percentage? This is all a string of lies. For God's sake, who would believe this far-fetched story from a writer undermining his own reputation with defensive spiritualism? Scotland Yard, for example. Just in time, Sergeant Collins. I told you to wait for us outside, Sir Arthur. I'm sorry, the weather wasn't cooperating. Although I must congratulate you on your good work. Mr. Carter, you are now under arrest for the crimes of coercion and blackmail. This is an outrage. Mallory, issue a search warrant against Director Edwards. His accomplice will keep him company in a Pentonville cell, Dean Carter. You'll regret this, Sergeant. Mallory, add threatening authorities to the charges against Mr. Carter. I didn't mean to. I have a question about this whole affair. Professor Ward, can I keep this straitjacket? It's a bit uncomfortable, but I found it helps me think. End scene. I can't believe it. Henry was behind this entire affair? As in any good mystery novel, the least obvious suspect turns out to be the primary instigator. Very well, gentlemen. If we finished with these trifling matters, shall we move on to more pressing concerns? Thank you. Here we have the Box of Revelations, an artifact of my own invention funded by Mr. Conan Doyle and his order. Thanks to the preliminary work of my friends Patrick and Beatrice, with a few adjustments, I can have the contraption operational by tonight. So if you'll allow me half an hour, we can proceed and test the machine's effectiveness at 34 Benwell Street. They did a pretty good job of characterizing Nelson. It's very good. Oh, Nelson. I also am astonished to read that that was exactly like I'm sure a Sherlock novel. Right down to everything. The cops walking in at the right time, the devising plans. Right now I must change my attire. I've just returned from a lengthy journey and my clothes are soiled. Patrick, always meticulous. We're conducting an investigation, not attending a fashion show. Let's not delay science with trivial matters. What does the Scarlet Stone do? It serves as a source of unlimited energy. The sophisticated nature of the Box of Revelations demands a substantial power, and it is curious that in the midst of the Industrial Revolution, we had to look for a super battery in the past. Ironic, isn't it? Are you certain it will work as intended? Of course it will. The Hermans were the Da Vinci's of their time. Civilization filled with Marconis, Berliners, and Lenoirs. Lenoirs, have faith, my friend. I've been investigating 34 Benwell Street. Really? I made contact with an entity. Likely old Highmore, I presume. He was accused of the disappearance of several women from the East End. Unable to endure such infamy, he hanged himself from the basement beam. Were you able to engage in a conversation with him? Yes. Two-way communication. Excellent. What did he say? He practically kicked me out of his house. That confirms our suspicion that ghosts are not benevolent entities. Have you taken notes, Sir Arthur? Precautions are necessary in that household. By the way, Artie will be accompanying us tonight. So if you'll allow me half an hour, we can proceed and treat the machine's effectiveness at 34 Benwell Street. The paternal. Any questions? I believe we've covered this already. Really? In that case, let's get moving. We're gonna... Oh, where is everybody? It's done. The gentleman guarding the house will let us work in peace. There's nothing like a few pounds and a bottle of whiskey to ensure a successful deal. Wonderful. Gentlemen, Ms. Shall we? We stand before 34 Benwell Street. I'll summarize his history in 4 lines. Maybe 5. In 10, I think. Professor, remember when he said to let you know if you ever started rambling? I remember perfectly. Well, this is one of those moments. Thank you very much. I don't know what I'd do without him. Right. The phenomenon in this house began after the suicide of its former owner. Thomas Highmore was unjustly accused of the disappearance of several women from the East End. No trial took place as the evidence against him was weak. I suppose it was all due to some grudge. Someone wanted to frame him to tarnish his reputation, and they succeeded. Poor Thomas Highmore couldn't live with the stain on his honor, so he hanged himself from one of the basement beams. Since then, metaphysic phenomena have driven away all who have lived here. Patrick managed to make contact with the spirit of, we assume, Thomas Highmore. I want to issue a warning before we enter. Ghosts can be violent entities. We must exercise extreme caution. All of our studies confirm Patrick's words. That's all for now. Are you ready to... If you'll excuse me. I'm ready. Let's go. Nervous, my friend? Look, he's so excited. Little fucking nerd. I'm eager to enter that house. You know I find it hard to interpret others' feelings, but I believe there's something bothering you. Why didn't you inform me about this house? I had to find out from your notebook I found in your room. Or the box of revelations, damn it. Why did you hide that you were making it? Why didn't you tell me about the donation from the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn? I thought we were more than just colleagues. I thought we were friends. That is exactly why. What? How many times have we investigated a place and found no evidence? This house could have just been another one. But thanks to your research, we now know it's the place we've been seeking. The box of revelations was nothing but a crazy theory based on the prototype of your magnetic field dispenser. The ectoplasm of England's most reviled medium? A relic whose origin is lost to the midst of time? It was impossible for it to work, no matter how much money Artie's eccentric friends donated. But it works. Thanks to you. Without your help, none of this would have happened. You're not answering me. Why did you hide all of this from me? Why did you leave me out? Because I didn't want you to end up like me. Look at me. Since I was a child, I've been obsessed with the mystery of the beyond. I've reached old age. What have I learned about it? Nothing. Just a handful of hypotheses and disappointments. Well, that will change today. It will. You have a bright future ahead. You are an excellent professor and engaged to a beautiful lady. Not true. I did not want you to throw your life away by staying on the side of an old man who still cannot put his shoes on the right feet. I'll die for this man. That's the answer you sought. You are my friend, Patrick. My only friend, along with Beatrice. Never did that. I decided many years ago to investigate these phenomena. It's my life. Nothing can change that. And I'm no longer engaged to Rose. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I appreciate your words. Without a fiancé and without money, the only thing that keeps me going is this. And if I become someone like you, it'll be a pleasure. Oh! I don't know what to say. Say that we're going to enter that house and make history. Then that's exactly what we'll do. Shall we? Oh, he's so excited. Is there no chance of reconciliation with Rose? No. She might reconsider. She won't. You sure about that? Very sure. That's a relief. I've been holding on to this for years, so now I can say it. That woman wasn't right for you. The time has come. Tomorrow the whole world will wake up to the news that the beyond exists. We will provide irrefutable visual and auditory evidence of this fact. Let's go into that house and make history. And they were never heard from again. Before we begin, I want Sir Arthur to familiarize himself with the box of revelations. Its mechanism is quite complex, so I'll summarize how it works. The purpose of this machine is to enhance metaphysic activity, to record it both visually and audibly. Let's break it down. The ectoplasmic sample from the deceased medium Florence Cook will act as a link and channel between both worlds. It requires considerable power for this to happen. The power is provided by the Scarlet Stone. Legend has it that this technological artifact opens portals to other worlds, which would benefit our purpose, although it's nothing more than a powerful energy generator. Lastly, Eugene Wood's photographic plates will capture everything that happens while the machine is running. I have managed to divide the plate into sections, which will allow us to take up to 45 photographs. Oh, by the way, while Artie was recounting his dull chronicle of Blackstone, I took the liberty of making a small modification to the Box of Revelations. I added a phonographic cylinder to record all the sounds around us. Are you ready, Sir Arthur? I am ready. Beatrice, whenever you want. And my BFF, I will do the honors, because it'll be a pleasure. Turn on the Box of Revelations. The cylinder is starting to pick up sound. I'm Professor Nelson Ward. Beside me is Professor Patrick Moore, co-responsible for this experiment. We are accompanied by the medium Beatrice Shaw and the project's patron, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. At this moment, the machine is creating an electromagnetic field whose electric charge will attract those on the other side. It's basically a Call effect. Next, we will increase the machine's power. There's a dial with 10 positions from 0 to 100. Would you be so kind as to turn the dial to number 10, Professor Moore? I'm starting to get cold. Indeed, the temperature has dropped. A good sign, yes, sir. A very good sign. I believe we can proceed to make contact. Thomas. Thomas Highmore. Your presence is required on this side of the veil. Beatrice, lend me a hand. You're better at this. Focus on my voice, Thomas Highmore. Follow my words. Advance in the darkness towards us. We desire your presence. My goodness. Thomas Highmore. Are you Thomas Highmore? I can't believe my eyes. Mr. Highmore. He doesn't seem to hear me. Patrick, turn the dial to number 20. Mr. Highmore. He can hear you. Be careful, Professor. He's just scoping us out. He heard you. He's curious about you. He has no interest in me, Professor, but the machine. Wait, where did he... No! Stay a little longer. The machine's energy may not be enough to keep the entity with us. We should increase it to 30. Do you agree? Is everything okay, Beatrice? Beatrice? Yes. I'm fine. I felt a slight dizziness. Maybe it's the machine's hum. It's a very piercing sound. What do you say, Patrick? Should we go up to 30? Going up to 30. She just got possessed. Wait a moment. What's wrong? We sure about this? What do you mean? I don't know. I think we should stop the experiment. Stop. We've gone as far as any mortal can go in metaphysic research. That's what I mean, Professor Ward. What we have achieved today is unprecedented. We can repeat the experiment another time, maybe in a safer place. Are you scared? Scared is not the word. Cautious would be more accurate. Something tells me we should not continue. Patrick, what do you think? I'm sorry, Sir Arthur. What happened? Did you see something, Beatrice? No, nothing at all. We have to go up to... Did you see them? For God's sake, did you see them? There were a legion of ghosts. They were women. And children. You are more reasonable than Professor Ward. Stop this, please. Patrick, allow me a moment. What are you afraid of? I think this is getting out of hand, Professor. Are you serious? We haven't even scratched the surface. You frequent spirit sessions. What do you expect to find if not this when you visit those mediums? I'm just saying we should take it easy. Box of Revelations has recorded the whole session. The material we have in it is enough for our purpose. Enough? The machine is only operated at 30% of its capacity. Who knows what wonders await us if we turn the dial to its limit? That is what worries me, Professor. I don't want to discuss this further. As the project's patron, I demand... To hell with your patronage and go to hell with your stupid Order of the Golden Dawn. You wanted information, you wanted power? Well, this is what happens when we peek into the beyond. What did you expect? Beatrice? Oh, she's possessed. Are you alright? She got possessed. That's not good. Oh, fuck. They're gone. That's not good. Sir Arthur? Sir Arthur? Can you hear me? Are you alright? What? Oh, yes. I'm still in shock. What happened? Where are the others? Beatrice attacked us and took the machine. The professor went after her. He said she was possessed. Is that possible? I saw her eyes when she was about to throw me against the wall with superhuman force. Florence Cook was possessed moments before she was killed by the spirit who had tormented her since childhood. The professor is right. It is possible. Beatrice Shaw has been possessed by the spirit of Thomas Highmore. What are we going to do? Find our friends and get out of here. Come on, get up. I can't put weight on my foot. I twisted my ankle when I was struggling with Beatrice. I was trying to help the professor, but it doesn't matter. Stay here. I'll come back for you. That's probably... What was that? The tremors began when Beatrice took control of the machine. I know the house has structural issues, which is why it's going to be demolished. Something tells me we've made the situation worse with the box of revelations. We need to get out of here now. I'm beginning to understand why this house hasn't been looted in all these years since it's been abandoned. I thought the last tenants left this house years ago. Who wound the clock? Hi. Can I do anything to help you? Are you trapped in this place? Who are you? Hello? Where's Thomas Highmore? You can hear me. Thomas Highmore. He has my friend. Where can I find him? We have come to investigate. We don't want... blood. I must avoid physical contact with the entities as much as possible. We must get out of here before the house collapses. No, I want all the entities in me. What? It can't be. My goodness. The house is hiding more secrets than I thought. The baby is holding a rattle between its tiny fingers. I think I can reach it. He could not have been more than 4 months old when he died. She died with her son in her arms. What the hell happened here? What the fuck? What is going on here? I can only go to the upper floor. Okay. Hey, friend. Beatrice? Highmore, isn't it? What do you intend to do with the machine? Wait! But there's doors here. Release Beatrice. Whoop! She's locked it from the others from the inside. Highmore. Open the damn door. Open this door, Highmore. Highmore! I don't think it's gonna work. The mirror! Jesus! What is this? So what is the rattle? Doesn't make any sound. The balls are empty inside. There's a joke in there somewhere, I'm sure. Uh-oh. There are scissors next to the sewing machine. I believe these could be useful. Okay. I am tempting fate. I'm really pushing my luck with the fabrics. His room is so unused. Surely the previous tenants fled when they realized where they had settled. I should have I don't think it's very safe. Something makes me think these windows were boarded up, not to keep things from getting in, but to keep whatever is in here from getting out. Too heavy to carry with me. Really? I want to open that up, though, I think. Okay. What the? Professor? Patrick, don't take another step. It's a poltergeist. A very violent one. It's trapped me in this room. Be careful. I don't know how to make it disappear. I've never faced one before. Professor, I believe there is intelligence behind the poltergeist phenomenon, right? Exactly. It's not a spontaneous phenomenon. There's intent behind it. Have you tried communicating with it? Yes, but it didn't work. I'm not even good at communicating with the living, let alone the dead. All right, I'll give it a try. Can we help you? Try something else. Whoever is behind this poltergeist, you show yourself. It's not working. Let the professor go. He won't, Patrick. I think showing more authority might work. You let the professor go now. It's not working. Release the professor immediately, you accursed thing. I am that professor. It did not work. Can you help us, please? I think you're wasting our time, Professor. Maybe this requires a different approach. I command you to stop. I'm going to make you disappear, you damn phenomena. Did you hear that, Professor? Yes. It sounds like a newborn. Be gone. I tried that. No success. Why are you causing this phenomenon? Are you talking to me? No, to the poltergeist. Ah. It's not working. I will look for another way to make it disappear. What are you doing? Are you going to leave me here at the mercy of the poltergeist? I can see if I can find something to help you. Don't take long. It might take long. Okay, so I can't get in here, right? Don't get any closer to that mirror. Okay, so I think I can't look at this and there's nothing inside, so I need to find. Okay, so can I go in here and cut some fabric then? Oh, hi. There's a high concentration of entities in this house. What happened here? It's the sewing room. Maybe no, bad idea. What do you mean a bad idea? I'm gonna put that inside the truck. Why can't I cut the fabrics with this, though? Okay, am I going back downstairs? Oh, hello. Bye-bye. Locked. There's something in here. It's a small rosary. There's nothing left inside. Walk right. I beg your pardon. You have not twisted your ankle. You're just scared. Yes, damn it. I didn't want to admit I'm terrified. Sir Arthur Conan Doyle attending multiple seances, the same one who writes stories that send shivers down readers' spines. How could I show fear in such a situation? Calm down, will you? This is overwhelming for all of us. I'm sorry. Not even more sorry. I can't be of any more help right now. I'm paralyzed by fear. Would you like me to accompany you to the exit? You cannot stay here in this state. For God's sake, no. I heard terrifying sounds coming from upstairs. I don't want to find out who or what is making them. You won't be better off, but you won't be much better off from down here. Give me some time, please. I can't think straight. As you wish. If anything happens, shout. Got it? I hope nothing happens. Okay, so there's nothing else here, eh? Okay. And then can I do this? Done. Okay, all right. I wasn't sure if I could do that or if I needed to put it down on a bench or something somewhere. Okay, I'm back. You found a way to free me from the poltergeist? I'm doing everything I can, Professor. Let's see if I can do this. I think this might work. It reacts to the sound of the rattle. Keep going. Don't stop. You did it. The entity behind the poltergeist was nothing more than a baby. Where did you get that rattle that managed to calm it down? The tremors exposed the bodies of a mother and child bricked up. The child was holding the rattle. I don't think Highmore is as innocent as we thought. Come on, let's rescue our friend. Highmore is hiding behind that door. I've tried to open it, but something is coming. Someone or something. Sir Arthur, I thought you didn't want to leave the basement. Things have happened down there. I fled the basement in terror, but couldn't open the front door. There is a what do you call it? A poltergeist, that's it. It's blocking the way out. We are trapped. We just faced one. Did you succeed? Yes. Then do the same with the one downstairs and we can get out of here. We must confront Highmore. He is the epicenter of all of this. He is behind that door and he has Beatrice. If we defeat him, it will all be over. What's the plan? He has possessed Miss Shaw. How do you intend to separate the spirit from her body? Do you know how to perform an exorcism? An exorcism? We are in the 20th century, Mr. Writer. What's the alternative? We'll drag Beatrice out of this house. Perhaps Highmore's influence won't be as effective outside of it. Are you sure that will work? I don't know. If that fails, we'll improvise. Sir Arthur, are you with us? I'd flee this damn house if that poltergeist wasn't blocking the way out, but I guess I have no choice. I will not let anything happen to you. I appreciate your gesture, Professor Moore. I doubt you can guarantee my life, but the devil, let's do it. There's a problem. Highmore has locked that room and we cannot access it. If I had a pick, I could try to open the door. My friend Harry Houdini taught me how to pick locks and padlocks. I know how to do it. Did you say a pick? I happen to have one. It's in case they ever lock me up in Blackstone again. Did you know they use locks on our straitjackets? Give it to me, please. What a cute little adventure we're on. Very well, gentlemen, let's put an end to this. Or die trying. Oh, hopefully let's not die. Let's not die, hopefully. Hi, friend. How you doing? Well, hi, more. We must hurry or we'll be buried alive. Release Beatrice, Highmore. This is your last chance. Please, leave. Beatrice, is that you? Highmore. He has control of my body, control of my mind. I can read his thoughts. He's furious. Give me your hand and let's get out of here, Beatrice. Stay back. You are in danger. Highmore won't let you near. What does Highmore want with the machine? He knows what it is for. He's going to try to materialize and continue what he couldn't finish. He firmly believes that the afterlife would give him a second chance, and he'll get it. I'm holding his back as much as I can, but it's hard. It hurts. What couldn't Highmore finish? He did not commit suicide because he was wrongly accused. He was the killer they were looking for, and he was cornered. These walls are full of corpses. He killed his victims and hid the bodies behind them. Women, children. I can see their faces. I can remember each and every one of his victims. What do we do? Listen to me, Beatrice. Give me your hand and let's leave this house. Try to hold off Highmore until we're out of the street. No, he will kill me. He won't. He needs you. Don't you understand? If he kills me, one of you will be possessed next. And if you confront him, he will kill you one by one until he permanently inhabits the body. Then no one can interfere with his will. You must think of something. It's already been thought of. Every time Highmore takes control of my body and turns the dial on the machine, he grows stronger, but it exhausts him. That is why I can talk to you now. I have to do it before he takes control again. Do what, Beatrice? I'm going to turn the dial up to maximum. He won't be able to handle so much energy, so he'll disappear. Don't do anything rash. Highmore has control of your body. You don't know if that will work, and the consequences could be. I feel him regaining control. There is no time. Listen to the professor. Don't do it. Let us think of an alternative. I'm sorry, Patrick. It's too late. Highmore! Highmore, enter my body and leave Beatrice alone. Do it, you damn bastard. I'm sorry, my friends. No. Beatrice? No. Where's my friend? She sacrificed herself for all of us. We can find her. We can find her, Patrick. We can call out to her and... I'm sorry, Professor. Beatrice was connected to Highmore. The energy from the machine affected both of them. She's no longer with us. We have lost her and we have failed her. But I knew we were going too far with this. I warned you and you wouldn't listen. We grew up together. I want her back. It's not possible, Professor. She's gone now. She's gone. I don't want to be without her. What was that? Professor. Artie, look. The room is dematerializing. I think the box of revelations is still working, and at full power. Look, what are those creatures? They're not ghosts. They're not even human. We must stop that machine, Professor. No, can't you see? The machine in conjunction with the Scarlet Stone is showing us another dimension. Legends about the artifact were true. It can open a portal to other realities. I think Sir Arthur's right, Professor. What? We are unable to control our contact with the afterlife, and you saw the results. Do you think we can control this? Lovecraftian horror? Beatrice might be there, Professor. Maybe we can find her. Beatrice is gone forever. Unfortunately, we have to accept it. Where have they gone? Incredible. We must end this before it's too late. No, not yet. Beatrice, can you hear me? Stop it, Professor. The Pope? Oh no, I can't read Lovecraftian. 10 foot from Latte. What is that thing? Wait, what is it saying? I don't know the language it's speaking, but I recognize several words. They seem to be perversions of ancient Sumerian. What is it saying? Realm of Earth. Invitation. Daddy Cthulhu? Darkness. Entrance. I think it's referring to us having opened a door for this dimension to penetrate ours. That's why the Eternal Wind Order called the artifact the Key of the Stars. Yeah, and now you're gonna get, like, the Daughter of the Cosmos. That's probably not good. Something is approaching. By God, it's enormous! That's enough. It's a potato. What? Everything's returned to normal. Is everyone all right? Yes, I'm all right. Did you see the size of that being? It was colossal. I thought I was going to lose my mind at at that sight. The creature wanted to enter our reality, didn't it? But thanks to you, we didn't give it that chance. That's correct. At least I think so. I'm not sure. What the hell have we done? Our actions have endangered humanity. We have awakened something that no one should know exists. I never thought I'd say these words, but we must abandon all research into the afterlife. Our intention was always to show the world what lies beyond death. But is the world ready for it? A single entity put us in danger and took the life of our dear friend Beatrice. We are the most qualified people to handle this, and I don't even know how we're still alive. Not to mention what lies beyond the afterlife. Other, less cautious researchers who follow our path could cause a catastrophe of epic proportions. I'm with you, Patrick. No one should know what happened here tonight. That plane of existence, it cannot reappear without the Scarlet Stone. Let's destroy it. It doesn't matter now. Those abominations have found a way. They know how to access our reality. The professor is right. They will do it through the afterlife. We are the beacon that guided them here. Then the most sensible thing to do, as you say, is to forget about this whole matter. I'll tell my order that the experiment was unsuccessful. Crowley will be disappointed. But this information in the hands of that madman will be very dangerous. It will be for the best. This is the end of our careers, gentlemen. I'm afraid so. We have satisfied our curiosity and paid a high price. But we cannot share these results with anyone. We will safeguard them until our deaths. Will you miss investigating these phenomena, Professor? No. The only thing I will miss is the company of my dear friend Beatrice. I kind of hoped there would have been a way to save her. Ah, here you are. Rector Williams. I was looking for you, Professor Moore. I wanted to discuss the matter of the letter of resignation from the Department of Metaphysic Research that both Professor Ward and you signed. Firstly, I must express my surprise that it was you who decided to resign. I know I was very harsh with you when I told you that you had 72 hours to. It doesn't matter. You did the right thing. Yes, allow me a question. What made you change your mind? Both of you were very convinced that there is no afterlife. There are no ghosts. There is no evidence of them, and there never will be. We were simply mistaken. There is nothing waiting for us when we die. Except heaven. Yeah, except heaven, I suppose. I'm glad to hear that. And I'm even more pleased that your judgment now corresponds to that of this institution. You're an excellent professor. I'm glad that you have rid yourself of those fantasies. Go fuck yourself. By the way, I appreciate that you didn't file a complaint against Dean Carter and kept silent about such an unpleasant matter. A university like this cannot afford such a scandal. Have a good day, Professor. Thank you, Rector Williams. Beatrice? Are we getting a sequel? Are we getting a sequel? I love the thing. Oh my god. That's what it looked like. Oh god, it's so disgusting. I can't drink it. Horror books written by the horror show. Are we getting a sequel with this game? Because that would be super fun. Well, thoughts and prayers, I guess. Very interesting to see if they do create a sequel. I don't know when this game came out, but I would be willing to check out a sequel if it's done right. 1904, poor John. Oh, Little Yellow Bird. Yep. The bridge where the River Shannon flows. 1906. I do like that they had, well, 1924 is a little late, but Weeping Willow. Yeah, I like how they do have songs of that era. Sounds exactly like it would on a gramophone of that time frame. And English Haunting is powered by... Sorry. It was a fun little game, I guess. It was kind of a bit of a slow burn up until, like, what, the last... Oh, 2024. Really? No. Right up until, like, probably the last, what, half an hour or so? It was slightly anticlimactic, I guess, in the sense, because, you know, they're down there and they're confronting the Highmore and stuff like that, who I'm assuming is based off of H.H. Holmes. Because he was kind of... This was sort of his MO as well. And if you don't know who H.H. Holmes is, he's a very prolific serial killer in the United States. Like, just hundreds of victims. Hundreds. But, so, okay, so you could see the possession, that's fine. But I just thought there was going to be a couple more interactions, or, like, we would have had to, like, not necessarily do a boss fight, but, like, just maybe something a little bit more substance-wise at the end, because it's just like, oh, yay, we finally get in, and it's like, all right, I'm going to sacrifice myself, that's it. And you're like, those are the Fox sisters right there. You're just like, oh, okay. And then you've got Daddy Cthulhu coming in and shit like that. Like, yeah, it's just, which is fine. Like, I'm glad it didn't kind of end there. But at the same time, I was like, I kind of expected more. Because there has this buildup. Like, we're trying to contact this man who we presume to be innocent. And then we find bodies in the walls. And we're like, oh, he's not innocent at all. Shit, okay. Yeah, I think I kind of expected just a touch more, I think, from that climax. But maybe they were setting up for this potential sequel. I don't know. So, yeah, I kind of have more questions, I guess, in that sense. I kind of want to understand a little bit more what's going on, so... Oh my god, sorry. But yeah, it's 11:30 and I'm like, well, what do we do now? I mean, there's no point in really starting anything, right? So, yeah. It was interesting. I had fun. Sometimes it wasn't super intuitive and you're just like, oh, I have to go back and talk to this person again. And then you get new dialogue options and then stuff like that. So sometimes, yeah, that didn't really seem evidently obvious. But maybe it was for some people and I'm just stupid. So... It was interesting that we, again, kind of get paired with Arthur Doyle, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, and that his section quite literally reads like one of his Sherlock novels. Like, that was kind of interesting. I didn't think we were going to get to play as him. I also thought it was interesting that it was the Dean that kind of behind, I guess, the initial scandal. Like, yeah, I thought it definitely deflected well. And again, like, Doyle picking up on, like, yeah, you're mentioning this, you're mentioning this. That's exactly how Sherlock Holmes is in his stories, right? I notice we're using the word bet a lot. Do you have a gambling problem? You know, like that kind of rapid fire, like, coming at you, and then you're like, wait, what? So that was pretty interesting, I guess. There was every character that we interacted with definitely kind of had their own personality. They just didn't feel like, well, they might be there to just kind of advance the plot. They still felt like, you're like, oh yeah, you know, I worked with somebody like the head nurse. Or I know somebody like the bookstore keeper that's obsessed with horror. Like, you kind of know those people. So you might be interacting with them on the off, but like they feel like kind of really fleshed out people. So yeah, I was good. I didn't mind it. I just kind of hoped there was a bit more at the end. You spend the whole game getting in there, right? And then it's like, it's so rushed at the end. You're just like, I wanted, you know, maybe there could have been like a drawn out sequence of like, oh, okay, well, we have to chase, you know, Highmore around the house or something. And then, you know, the penultimate like possession. And then you have to like do a little bit more. But yeah, you spend so much time trying to get in there. And then it's just, you're done. The game's done. And you're like, oh, I wanted wanted a little bit more. I wanted to explore. I wanted to see. I wanted more interaction. Like when I opened that sewing room door and saw like all the ghosts, you're like, oh, shit, okay. But alas, was not the case. So it is what it is, and maybe next time we'll get something. But as of right now, unfortunately, not. And that's okay. That's all right. Yeah, like I said, I don't have anything else going on. It's 11:32, so